From the area known as Patriot Place, EA Sports set for football at Gillette Stadium in Foxborough. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with the Denver Broncos.
Brandon McManus to kick off.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
Taken in the end zone. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25.
Newton on first down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. To throw again. Newton. He completes it right side to White. And he's got room. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Just the first quarter of tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground, you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I had missed him, it would have been a different story. Night.
Jacoby Myers, the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
From the 50, Newton. And that is incomplete.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Formation for the Patriots.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And they'll let this one go right on the outskirts of the 10. They'll down it at the 11-yard line.
At their own 11-yard line.
Block, and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 11. They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. A gain of 3, second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
Faking the give to Lindsey. Here's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. Good yardage after the catch. Is that play good for 30 and a first?
First down, Denver.
for Melvin Gordon. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
A gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Block on the give. It's Lindsey.
There he goes left side. And all the way home for a Broncos score.
Touchdown.
Phillip Lindsay, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Broncos have taken the early lead.
Lining up for the extra point.
Well, earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
McManus's point after is good, and it's now a 7-0 game.
To kick off for Denver.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Newton now to throw. And he's got Edelman for the first time. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 39-yard line. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Sack.
Blitz came there from the inside, and there just wasn't much resistance.
No, not at all. That means that defensively, they timed it up perfectly and matched up perfectly. They drew all the blockers to the other guys, left a free runner back to the quarterback, and you know what a free runner turns into?
What?
A free hitter.
Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Newton. Trying to squeeze it into Edelman, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line.
So it's 3rd and long, and you know this is going to be a pass. So defensively, they bring in an extra defensive back and just blanket the field. And this is an ill-advised throw right here as it winds up being picked off easily.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Lindsey on the toss left. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That really sets him back. A loss of 6.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
On 3rd and long, it's Locke. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves him well short for 4th down. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the lead moves to 10-zip. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
He was looking for his tight end, Devin Asiasi there. And it's 2nd down.
10 at the 25-yard line.
A give to Harris. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Back to throw, Newton. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Locke. He'll fire one downfield for Fant. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
Well, when you've got a tight end who can run, you've got to give him a shot to unlock the defense. Want to see what they can get, taking the big shot downfield. That one winds up incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They fake the handoff, now Locke. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
Well, they came up with points in their first two possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their third drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
That'll be a 47-yard punt, officially 5 on the return. And the Patriots take over.
At their own 22-yard line.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Looking to throw on second down. Newton going to throw right side here, complete. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Start of the second quarter from Foxborough. It's the homestanding Patriots with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. To throw is Newton. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Another nice gain. 13 yards that time and another first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Newton. That's complete into the hands of Myers. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. A lot of storylines to a New England-Denver matchup. So many great games in the past. And worth noting, too, that Cam, of course, has his history with the Broncos as well. He was on the losing end of Super Bowl 50 when his Panthers lost to the Broncos 24-10. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Newton. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 28. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. James White, his first touchdown on the year. And the Patriots have cut it back within a score. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths, running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line. The
Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3 and out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready. 4 yards remain for second down.
They'll run the toss. It's Lindsey. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. From the gun on 3rd down, Locke. He'll fire one downfield for Fant, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over.
1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
Great.
On 2nd and 7, Newton. Open man is Myers. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Newton. Open man right side, Myers. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
10 more yards. Complete to Jacoby Myers. 10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and inches at their 48-yard line.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now Newton. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Draymond Jones showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
At the 44-yard line.
New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 4. Running out of the gun with White. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
The 49-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 49-yard line. Now a carry for White. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the
brings up 2nd and 9.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On the ground, it's Harris. Well, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Not the trend he wanted to start the season with a fumble lost in both weeks 1 and 2. Now, it's not a disaster, but certainly not what he was looking for.
Got to get that fixed because otherwise he shows up on every scouting report. I remember sitting in defensive rooms and hearing the scouting report from my coaches, and if someone had a particular problem carrying the ball and holding on to it, that was noted. Hey, make sure you get a little extra attention to him. Get after the football. He's dropped it the last couple of games.
Jake Bailey in punt formation for the Patriots.
This challenge was initiated by the guys in New York. Taking a look at the play, less than 2 minutes to go.
Yeah, I'm sure the coach wanted to challenge it, so he's probably going to send the New York office a holiday card. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, bad spot for you. But the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security #1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect.
And all the way home for a Broncos score. Phillip Lindsay, 96 yards. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
Hey, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. That's fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
If you know, you know. That's the reason we ball for. Circle round twice for the encore. If you know, you know.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. A shotgun snap for Newton. To the right side, and he's got Edelman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40.
Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On first down, Newton. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
Near Bird. A.J. Boye on the coverage.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. And that'll set him back 5. And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. A final shot before the break. Newton. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. They'll keep it on the ground. This time it's Gordon. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
In the offseason, Melvin Gordon made the move over from the Los Angeles Chargers to the Denver Broncos. He stayed in the AFC West, and now he has a mission to get back to being mentioned as one of the top backs in the league. With a young quarterback, Drew Lock, there, expect him to catch a ton of passes out of the backfield and use his ability in open space to make people miss.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
Nice satisfying run on first down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
From midfield, here's Locke. Got a man. It's the rookie Jerry Jeudy. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. From the gun, it's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Here now is second and 10, again from the 41. They go back to the ground now with Lindsey. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sit through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. They'll go again with Lindsey. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down.
I know people see Phillip Lindsay's role in Denver changing a bit with the arrival of Melvin Gordon, but I think Gordon's going to be more of an enhancement for Lindsay. Maybe he won't carry it as often, but now he'll be much more effective as a two-headed monster in the backfield. Both of them can run it inside, get to the perimeter, and catch the ball out of the backfield and move the sticks.
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsay down to the 25. John Simon in on the stop.
It's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Now to the air, Locke. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Locke. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score.
Touchdown, Denver.
Tim Patrick, his first touchdown on the year. And the Broncos will extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the 3rd quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On 2nd down, here's the option. Now a quick throw out wide to Myers. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Given 14 on that one and a first down. Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Now a first down throw for Newton. To the left side and complete for Julian Edelman. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards on the play as they try to eat into this 17-point deficit.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. Cam's going to run on the option. And he stopped immediately there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Newton able to get this to his running back White. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Newton. Throw left side, got to be taken in by Harris. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. That's good for 28 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Jakobi Meyers, the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll try and run with Harris, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Patriots get a score closer. It's up and good, so they claw back into it, 24-14 now.
The score, Broncos 24, Patriots 14.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. Locke going to get this out quickly. Sutton with it.
And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. That catch good for only a couple.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now they run from the gun with Gordon. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
Working out of the gun. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Adrian Phillips. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up.
On 1st down, it's Harris. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
Harris, the ball carrier.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
That's it. Ready to eat. Big stop, G. Gun, gun. 20.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Newton. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Damian Harris with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Pats take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. It's up and good, and this now becomes a 24-21 ball game.
Makes the score Broncos 24. Patriots
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown.
Takes this about 5 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Hamler elects not to return it.
their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Shotgun snap and a give to Lindsey. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
And it's 3rd down.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, block. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes.
Jackson.
And that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. That's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Oh, now Harris lost it. It's a fumble. It's picked up by the Broncos. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And, Charles, this infraction is going to be against the offense. False start.
Sometimes you have to get up to the line of scrimmage, make sure your team is set before you begin your cadence.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. They'll run here with Lindsey. Devin McCourty brings them down. This defense starting to buckle down when they need to, and right now they're winning this 4th quarter, losing the game, but they're winning in the 4th quarter.
And what a fine line it is about what they're trying to get done, because they're down, so they obviously need the football, need a score, but they can't be so aggressive as to give up their edge, their gaps, and have the offense hit them with a big play. On the option, Locke will keep it.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
All right, I don't want to get too poetic here where they talk about, the eyes being the windows of the soul. You know what else the eyes do? They see the open spaces on a field, and those eyes carry your legs to those spots, and that's what happened on that play. He saw an opening and went and got it.
Well, he really hasn't ran the ball all game. Fourth quarter here, need a big play, able to pick it up. So whatever the eyes saw and created, it worked. That catch good for only a couple.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
To throw again on second down. Lock toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. He was looking for the rookie Jerry Jeudy there. Third down here.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be fourth down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And McManus able to put it through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
That was a really nice play. Able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. Third down now.
Julian Edelman.
I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Throwing on third down, Newton. And that will be incomplete.
They had enough yards for the first down, but a clutch hit right there defensively. Jars it free. No first down.
The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And returning it, here's Hamler. Call that 49 yards on the punt. They do get 7 back on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Now Gordon on first down. Takes to midfield, but no further. Just a yard there.
Melvin Gordon, the ball.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
50-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down.
Let's go. Check, check. Drop down.
A run with Lindsey out of the gun. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Ball carrier.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. Operating from the gun. Locke finding the open man, and that's Tim Patrick. And he will have a Broncos first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
It's a gain
A
of
10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Another run by Lindsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
On second down, a run with Lindsey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up. Lock on the give, it's Lindsey. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to about the 19. 2 yards on the pickup there, it's fourth down.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam through the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, hello, my name is Mike.
Today's final.
So this one will wind up a Denver victory, and it's never easy to come into Denver to win. You think all you have to deal with the altitude, but they got the job done.
Well, there's a reason Olympic athletes train nearby. All right, they've got a terrific training center in Colorado Springs. You train at the altitude, the lungs expand, you go down to the regular, oh my goodness, they can go all day. And in fact, a lot of visiting teams, when you visit Denver, you know what's printed in your locker room? Welcome to the Mile High City. The air is rare. They get in your head that way.
So for Denver, they boost their record up to a strong 4-1, and they'll return home next week to take on the Miami Dolphins. Meanwhile, for New England, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And perhaps fortunately for them, they'll get an early bye next week and come back to action in Week 7. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.